What up, dudes? We got team player here, Felipe Ramirez.
AK so talented.
Yes, he is. This is the deck that he used. He guided this deck to get second place team. As you can see, it's a really good deck. He played Super Shenron, and he's going to go ahead and tell us a little bit about the deck that he chose for this event.
So leader Super Dragon Balls, it's just like the regular Shenron. You can tap them to search through Dragon Balls from life or deck. Instant like +2s every turn. Up the top we got Personal Ambition. It basically upstarts for people who play Yu-Gi-Oh! You just draw and untap, go through the deck. You got Senso Beans to play defensive and combo. Preface to kind of combo out with the Child's Wish, you'll see later, and a B Energy. I played a small swap engine, 2 Bardock, 3 Successor of Hopes, 3 of the Dependable Dynasty to swap target. It helps to awake, get life. It helps to apply pressure. I played a Source of Power Son Goku because he can restand himself. You get more life, you get more resource. And when you use your leader's ultimate ability to take an extra turn, you basically get 4 attacks and can get up to 4 extra cards out of nowhere.
Let me ask you a quick question. A lot of people are playing Krillin. Why didn't you end up playing Krillin in your deck instead of going with a swap engine?
So it's a team war event where you can't have, like, the card pool is shared, so if one player has it, the other can't. And my partner Crash, who was playing Skillets, was playing yellow, so he wanted the Krillins. Originally I played them, but since he really wanted to try it out and we're trying to like shuffle things around, the closest thing to a Krillin was Bardock, and it ended up kind of working out. Like, we had to move a few things around, but it still played out well.
All right.
Especially since some builds, for example, my finals that I kind of dropped last moment, he was playing Striving to be the Best, which doesn't allow me to attack with 1s or 2s. So having less emphasis on it meant that I can get around it. You play 2 Crisis Crusher. It's bread and butter to try to get rid of Borgos, Whis.
That card hurts you.
Just any kind of hate cards that get in your way, and since you can kind of draw like 15 cards from your deck, you can see it pretty often. 4 Super Combo. It's standard. Your 7 Dragon Balls. 4 Dragon Radar for your desires. You can use it to either look for Dragon Balls when you need to. You can use it to get personal ambitions if you want to use it to get an untap.
How good was that card for you?
Anything less than 4, you're doing it wrong.
Okay.
It's just card advantage. It's what you need. It gets you going. It can get you out of jams, and you mitigate the fact that you actually pay energy for it with beans. So it's kind of like another free card that way, and you just allow to make your turns a lot longer. 2 Champa for extra combo fodder and just to like double strike. Sometimes you don't use it to actually make them take 2 life. You just combo to like 35, and you can take out 2 super combos right there, so that way you just get more out of their hand.
Just bait them out?
Yeah. 1 Nimbus. I didn't know how relevant it would be for me to run into another aggressive deck like mine, so I didn't want too many cards that don't get me more cards. And since you see a lot of the deck anyways, you have a good chance to find it. 4 Explorer Bulma, that's kind of like what you need to do to be able to use Shenron to get to 20 in the drop area.
Would you say this is the MVP of the deck? Like, without this card?
It's the Child's Wish because it lets you just get the free beaters. But without it, it would be too slow and basically unplayable meta-wise. So it's still very key. Anything less than 4, you're doing it wrong though. My overwhelm was Mira because Mira and Champa, just 2 energy, kind of guarantees you 2 life for to force out everything. And my partner was playing Scientist Flu, which would be like a replacement option.
All right. What we got here in the side deck?
Side deck, I played a Champa when I wanted to be more aggressive. I played another Crisis in case you're playing a heavy emphasis on stuff like Borgos. I played Borgos a bit for the mirror match and also help out with Bean. If you wanted to play a more optimal build, you would play the Whisk, the yellow 1-drop. But since again there were 3 of our teammates were playing yellow, like all 3 of us. So we tried having like find alternatives for each other, and I ended up with Borgos for it. Mainly because in the mirror match, they'll play for like extra Nimbus or like Bad Ring Laser. And if they take out their Crisis Crusher, then like even one of these guys, you just get so much more time. I played Dark Power, Black Mass Saints to help out against like Shugesh decks. Because if they want to try to Shugesh, then they lose that because it doesn't replace itself. They bring out a card from their hand and then they have to discard 2, so like their fat stack of like 10 cards can go down to 6 out of nowhere, and it helps out. I ran into a lot of Broly, so it helped out a lot in that sense. It's just a little bit weaker compared to Cronoa, but my teammate had that, so it's still a fine alternative. 3 TNs for like blue leaders, Janemba. And it's even better with my deck because you take an extra turn and they're still under TN for that turn. And it's a 1-drop 15, so like you still go aggressive.
So it kind of negates them almost 3 turns.
Yeah. I played Harmonic Energy to try to get around striving to be the best, for example. But it wasn't until like I started playing more throughout the day that I stopped sighting it in because I realized most of my guys were 3 energy anyways.
You didn't really care about the striving.
So the striving was just sitting there, and I'm like, okay, you wasted 2 energy. 2 Nimbus, I played that in case there's those decks where they have like something I just can't afford to take. Like if it's a triple strike, like I'll just burn out 1 card. But that was about it. And then 3 Haru Haru because it's another untap. It also mills. But it was really good for the matchups that it is because it doesn't untap 2, it untaps up to 4. So even if I had like 3 energy, I can Child's Wish it, untap 3, Dragon Radar, get 2 wishes back, combo it off, Child's Wish it, and I'm back up to 3 again.
Alright, so after seeing your deck, you know, performing the way you did, getting that 2nd place, you know, topping for the dudes, would there be any changes you would make for the deck maybe to get you over the top for the 1st place now?
If it's still for team event, it would depend on what my teammates play, but for singles, there's definitely changes I would make. I'd probably play like 1 bad ring just to force things through. Definitely a few swap arounds, like I wouldn't keep the swap engine at such a low count, for example.
Alright, and if you had to grade the deck, what would you give it?
It's definitely like a 7 or an 8 out of 10 because your best draws, almost any other deck struggles to keep up, and that's really good because you get free wins, but there's still a lot of like interactions that you can do, so you try to extract all the value out of your deck because the swap engine is so low. You don't get a lot of cards, so you have to make every card count.
Alright. Well, Felipe, you did us really proud. I'm proud of you. I'm pretty sure the rest of our team is. You know, you represent us well. Shout outs to Genix Gaming, Final Tail TCG.
Personal shout out to Jeff. He was the one that basically told me like 3 days ago before the event, like, hey, I got a deck for you. And I'm like, no, I'm playing something else. No, try it. So he got me 2nd place like that. And another shout out to Byron for getting me a sandwich mid-rounds when I was just dying.
But hey, besides that, you know, want to thank everyone for watching the video. Keep up for the latest updates. We're going to be posting more videos this year, guys. Peace out, dudes.